Welcome to our holiday program for 2012. We have a lot of excited performers in the back, and they're all seeming very happy right now. So hopefully they'll still feel that way when they open the curtains and see all the people out here. We want to thank all of you for helping us get ready for the program, but most of all, we want to thank you for letting us work with your children every day. There's not many more rewarding careers than being able to work with children and to help them grow and face the future well prepared. So that's what our goal is, and we appreciate all of you sharing your children with us. I have a few other people to thank. I'd like to thank Shane from Alabars. Hopefully he's going to make sure that everyone's heard very loud and clear, even the quietest, tiniest child. So we always appreciate the help that they give us. Kevin from Video Guy Productions has been doing our DVDs for a very long time, and I hope you are signed up for one because it's such a great memory. We have some little alumni in the back who probably were doing the play about 5 years ago, and they are always taking it out and playing it, and they love to see themselves on TV. It might be the only time that they're ever on television, so it's always good to have a copy of that. I'd like to thank Herman and all the staff here at Hickson. We always ask for Hickson, and we ask for the same people over and over again because they do such a great job and makes our job so much easier. We'd also like to thank the teachers who have worked very hard for some, Mrs. Hillsman, about the last 6 or 7 weeks. I'd like to thank Mrs. Moore and Miss Kelly this year for having a different setup. We usually have parents come back and change their children. This year, they have it all under control, and hopefully you'll be able to just sit back and relax. Those of you who have been here for a few years know that it can sometimes get chaotic with you having to get up and come to the back and change your child. Well, we're doing it this year. We have some helpers, and it's very nice that you can just sit and enjoy what your children are presenting for you. I'd also like to thank my husband Mike for all the things that he does behind the scenes all year long, but especially today because he does so much work that none of us want to do or can do, and it's very helpful and it makes everything come together. So we'd like to thank him for the work that he does for the school all year long. If I had to pay him, I don't know what I would do because he's worth $1 million to us. So I thought that I would share a poem with you, and I think I've read this before maybe 5 or 6 years ago, so some of you who have been with us for a while hopefully won't remember it, so it'll be new to you too. It's called 100 Years From Now. 100 years from now, it won't matter what kind of car I drove, what kind of house I lived in, how much money I had in the bank, nor what my clothes looked like, but the world may be a little better because I was important in the life of a child. And I think that is very appropriate for today, for you as parents and us as teachers to remember that we don't just go to work and, play around. We go to work and we try to make sure that our children are well cared for and that they're learning. And when you come home in the evening, you also are trying to make sure that what happens with them is appropriate and helpful to them in the future. And that's a big job for parents, and it's also a big job for teachers. But it is a very important one, and it's, I think, about the most enjoyable one. So I hope you have a good time. If you have any children who are restless, you can just take them out in the hallway. It's pretty quiet out there, or walk them. There's a few hallways that you can walk down. It is a long program, and sometimes it takes, it's very difficult for young children to sit that long. So feel free to walk them around if you would like to. I'd also like to thank my dad for always being here at the program. He's sitting here in the front row because I made him. But I appreciate my parents always reminding me that the little things in life are really what is important and what makes life enjoyable. So thank you, Dad. And this year I have my granddaughter in the program, so that's even another blessing. So I would like all of you to relax and enjoy the program afterwards. We're having lunch in the cafeteria. So you can feel free to go in there and join us. It's a long line sometimes, but it's a good opportunity to meet each other. I'd also like to thank my granddaughters for setting up the cafeteria for us last night, Faith and Megan. So enjoy the show.
Hall.